How you doing today, everybody? This is Ryan from Thriller Bad Productions, and today we're going to play a little game called You Cringe, You Lose. Gwyneth Paltrow broke down and ate bread during quarantine. What was your lowest point? So people are starving during this pandemic, and she could be found smashing the all-you-can-eat breadsticks at Olive Garden. If you like what we do here, please show us by leaving a like on this video, and feel free to leave a comment below. What do you think was the cringiest? If you are not yet subscribed, we hope you earn that subscription today.
How to date a feminist, or feminist dating tips.
You have to be constantly vigilant whenever you're in public.
Something tells me that vigilance is his favorite keyword for Magic the Gathering.
With the radio on, or you're in the car with the radio on. You know that song by Robin Thicke? If that song is ever within earshot.
So this girl here kind of this girl here looks like a busted ass Lisa Loeb. You say I only hear what I want to.
Of your feminist girlfriend. I mean, be prepared. You'll be like in the mall or something. Someone will say something heteronormative and then it's just...
He looks like one of those guys that collects all the carts in the parking lot at a grocery store. But you just see him smiling and whistling while he does it.
Be prepared.
I appreciate that you even know that term. It's a real word and it's a real thing, so stop being a jackass.
Yeah, there you go.
Just because we don't see it happening doesn't mean that it's not. I mean, like, we're white. That's the whole thing. Is like, we can ignore racism.
So if you were to shave this guy's head, he would look just like the guy from Full Metal Jacket who shoots the drill sergeant in the bathroom. Vincent D'Onofrio looking guy. Look up non-threatening, find a picture of this guy. Look up cuck, and this guy's waving at you.
Obviously, Dan is very invested in gender issues and would probably call himself feminist. Is that correct?
Yeah.
The closest thing that these two have to sex is when she lets him watch her bang someone else.
Governor Abbott has just lifted the mandatory mask mandate in the entire state of Texas. Now businesses are back at 100% capacity.
Here comes the high school drama coach.
So when there's a giant spike in our country, you're gonna know exactly who to blame. You can say don't mess with Texas all you want. You know who can mess with Texas? The wrath of God. Viruses don't care about your weird state pride. Get over it.
Just a little piece of advice. If you see someone with the crazy AOC eyes, do not engage. I transitioned from the kid my classmates beat up to the woman that's out of their league. I'm getting a real Alfred Hitchcock psycho vibe right now. He went from looking like Jeffrey Dahmer to looking like Jeffrey Dahmer's mom.
Donald Trump had nothing to do with these vaccines. He can barely tie his shoes, the f*** you mean?
I believe this woman suffers from a meth fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
Warp Speed was a business deal. It's time for y'all to f***ing just get real and not be praising people for just doing their job. Seriously, you guys, what? Listen.
Did she look like this before or after she got the vaccine?
Any sitting president would have done that exact same business deal that he did, so y'all need to stop praising that dingus for Operation Warp Speed, which was literally the same exact thing. Whoever was in office was going to have to sign and or do. It was just a deal he made with the vaccine companies. He had nothing to do with making the vaccine. He had nothing to do with getting it to us any faster than anyone else would have. Calm the f*** down.
Would you take advice from someone who has a face tattoo and a dead eye?
No, I'm not thanking a Republican for the shot in my arm. I'm not. I'm thanking scientists and doctors. It was a global effort, by the way, that was started over 10 years ago when this first SARS outbreak happened.
Let's take a look at these winners. This looks like a mixtape of failed SoundCloud rappers. So these are arrest photos of Antifa members. All right, this is like an exhibit on like an art show on poor decisions. Looks like we got a Peter Griffin after gastrointestinal bypass surgery. Fetal alcohol syndrome strikes again. Wyatt Earp on his day off. Another head tattoo. Cotton Candy, Kevin Smith. Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance makes an appearance. Brain surgery haircut. The sniper from Saving Private Ryan.
Nobody needs you to advocate for how difficult it is to use gender-neutral pronouns. Nobody said that the gender binary was easy.
Looks like Riddler fucked Cheetah.
These are not my preferred pronouns. These are my pronouns. You will use them, or you will not refer to me. At all.
Do you have to solve a riddle to get into her pants? She's giving me a totalitarian vibe. Riddle me this.
If you misgender me by mistake, fix it and move on. I don't need your elaborate apology. I don't care how many times you say sorry. Just don't do it again.
I dated a girl like this in high school with piercings. She was punk rock, you know, snorting Ritalin. Punk rock used to mean fuck you. Now this look means fuck you, I'm a victim.
Moreover, if someone else misgenders me, it is never your job to tell them that it's okay. 'Cause it isn't. I get it. The discussion of the gender spectrum confuses you, and that's fine. But if you don't know anything about it, don't speak on it.
I can't wait to see her grow up to be a career barista. This headline is really more of a punchline. Thank you for writing the jokes for me. They did all the work.
And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down.
Dude, Joe, what kid is playing with your leg hair in the pool? Whose kid is that? If I saw my kid in a pool caressing Joe Biden's leg underwater.
So it was trained and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
How mixed up are you, Joe? Got some wires crossed? Okay, how do you learn about roaches from a swimming pool? What do you learn about? I've been there down in the dirt. I know what it's like. He's been rich his whole life. He's always held office.
You legally have to give me a month.
No, I don't, because you haven't paid one brown penny.
I'm not obligated to, and I can't afford to.
Guess what? Doesn't matter.
You can't just tell me I have 2 weeks to find somewhere!
The cringe level here is just through the roof. This is boundless cringe.
You've had over a month. And
no, I haven't!
Look, you have done nothing but dig your heels in and try and make me feel bad about your...
No, I haven't! I've been trying to educate you!
No, your education is brainwashing.
No, it's not! You just won't listen to me!
No, I'm not going to listen to this crap. Now you talk...
I have schizophrenia!
I don't care what you have.
The mom is serving up some real honest, like some tough love, right? You can be schizophrenic and still take a shower occasionally and clean your room. You can be schizophrenic and hold down a job. I'm doing it right now. It is kind of satisfying to see a mom really, stand up for herself here because she has to assert herself in her home. You can't just continue to mooch off your parents. I mean, how old is this girl? I'm guessing she's 18. If her mom is saying she's got to go, she's probably a legal adult. And she's crying like a child. Evicted? A victim? You decide.
I don't. It doesn't mean we live in squalor. And it doesn't mean you're a bully.
I'm not even a bully! You literally detonate me, misgender me, and tell me that,
this girl, I imagine having to work with this person. Is she gonna get a job? I feel like Subway, she'd be a good candidate for Subway. I feel like this is the kind of girl that would walk to work for the rest of her life, never get a car.
Looks like we've got an oppressor on our hands. So, during slavery times, slaves did not get to eat the same things as their masters. They got the scraps that no one wanted. Chitterlings. Now that black people have overcome slavery, they developed a rich barbecue culture to make up for all the meat eating that they lost out on.
There is something really funny about rich barbecue culture, that combination of words. A rich barbecue culture. I likes me some barbecue sauce. Is what she's saying though, I mean, it's the most like disconnected, not support. Is any of what she's saying historical fact? I have a real question about that. Is what she's saying actually historically accurate? Please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you have to say about this.
So when you go to the store and you buy a piece of meat as a white person, you are actively taking away a piece of meat that could be being enjoyed by a survivor of ancestral slavery.
The most disjointed, absurd statement I think that I've heard in my life. You are actively taking away a piece of meat that could be being enjoyed by a survivor of ancestral slavery. So how did they, I don't understand how they missed out on this meat. How do you, I mean, it has an expiration date. It sits on the shelf. Somebody doesn't buy it, it gets thrown away. It's not like you're stealing from somebody else. So this is the most absurd thing. I don't see where how any of this is based in fact. I don't see where she's making her assertions. So what about other products though? And I'm not trying to be too edgy here. I'm just saying like, okay, what about like if you wear a shirt that's, I mean, come on. You wear a shirt that's made from 100% cotton. Are you somehow actively supporting slavery because cotton was a big part of the reason why they had slaves? I mean, so anytime you do anything, like I woke up this morning, I'm actively participating. I'm taking toothpaste away from some guy who could have brushed his teeth when I brushed my teeth this morning.
Eating meat is not only racist, but it's also anti-Semitic.
How did she, I mean, it's already absurd enough, and then she took it to another level of absurdity here.
During the Holocaust, Jews did not get to eat meat in labor camps. They ate potato soup, which would spill on their bodies, burning them and giving them infections.
The soup was a threat. The soup was the problem. You're in a concentration camp, and the soup falling on your lap and burning you was the greatest threat to your life.
Now, Jew survivors eat a lot of meat. Brisket. Just let them have that. Stop appropriating.
So that's all I have for you. Let me know in the comments below how you feel. Was it cringe? Was it not? So this is Ryan from Thriller Bad Productions. We'll see you next time.
Trigger.